pretty sad sight right there. That's the last of my coffee. Oh boy, it's getting close. But not today. Haha. Daylight savings time again. So I guess it's actually spring ahead, 9:29. And that means I have to change my alarm. 5:30 to 6:30. And otherwise, my life has not changed. Here we have the compost that I started this summer. I covered it with cardboard because it was raining a lot and it was getting too wet. You don't want to be able to wring water out of it. So let's see how it's doing. That is definitely what you want to see for your garden. So you'll see when I have this compost, if I squeeze it as hard as I can, there's no water coming out of there. But it's not dry and crumbly. When I squeeze it, it doesn't crumble and just fall apart. So that's perfectly maintained compost right there. Another good use for your compost is just putting on the tops of your stuff. Make sure you weed first, otherwise you're going to be composting the weeds unless you put it on real thick. This stuff, we're basically just going to work it around. This is garlic here. So by doing this, we're making a killer layer of nutrients on the top that are going to wash down into the roots there. And it'll also help to keep in moisture too. This will become the soil this summer. I'd like to talk a little bit about gray water systems, which is basically like the water that comes out of your washing machine. If you have one, I don't. I guess it comes out of my bathtub. And also like your shower and your sink. Here on the ranch, pretty much everyone has some sort of gray water system. Not complex at all, but we don't waste the water. The water gets used to water things. For example, when I turn on my sink, you can see my water draining out of this pipe here. This is the first pipe on my gray water system. That's actually a T. So it T's there and then it keeps going. So that waters this Tasmanian tree fern. And then the pipe kicks off here and it waters this giant elephant ear. This is the bottom of my drain. So this gray water system I have here is very pertinent to what I want to talk about today, which is composting. I was telling you before about greens and browns and how you want half green and half brown. It's preferable if your greens are like nice squishy things that will break down quickly and not leave like basically wood chips and stuff in your compost that you have to sift out. And these elephant ears are absolutely ideal green matter. They grow like weeds if they have water. They make these massive succulent trunks that break down really fast in the compost. And they just keep growing back. You can cut them all the way to the ground. They just pop back up. They're tubers, along with being able to cook with them. So I'm going to harvest a bunch of this stuff, and that will help us with our composting today. As time goes by, your compost really packs down. Even poking it full of holes doesn't completely aerate it. Every month or two, I turn the pile. Turning it just completely oxygenates everything and it gets the broken down compost in with the non-broken down stuff, which really facilitates speeding up this entire process. What I like to do is build a whole new pile and then turn the old pile on top of it. That way the stuff that's already rotten down doesn't compact as much being on the top. There's our finished compost pile. And then gathering all the compost from underneath my pallets here. Amazing. Black gold. So this is what we're going to use to start our seeds with.
It was the same old song with the
At my new job, I don't get paid shit. Actually, I get paid in shit.